And Vasco, don't let him break my ship.
You really have no idea who I am. I almost feel bad for you. But here we go. No loot is safe from me. You thought you had tricked me out of the loot, Lynn, but no. The loot will be mine.
Hey, you get any good hits in? It's not every day we get to cut anything other than rocks.
Yeah, a few,
Been in
actually.
a few scuffs before. We're lucky. Lost plenty of friends.
You in one piece?
I am in one piece.
Me? I'm just gonna pass out as soon as my heart stops racing.
Did you even leave the... it's okay. Not all of us have protagonist armor. I understand. Red Harvest White, I'll definitely take that.
Killing gets easier. The answer is yes.
Yep, those are eyes of someone who's seen some shit.
Really should have paid more attention during those emergency drills.
Sparkling water. Actions use minus 20% O2. Do you mind if I have the... no, you're eating. That would be rude AF. Supervisor's log number 2. Is it a supervisor's log number 1? Okay, well, we need supervisor's log number 2.
Supplemental. Still day 2 of Argos Extractor's Vectera dig. Freestar Collective Claim ID Beta 7548 Alpha. As far as anyone knows, this is just another ore run. Vectera's got enough mid-level veins to keep everyone working and not asking questions. I've told Hella everything he needs to know, which is pretty much everything I know.
Yeah, Kendry, I also looted the whole cave.
Special orders. He made good with the payment for Kazal, even if it was a bust. This time, I'm not so sure. This place is giving me the willies. I think we're going to find something. I just have no idea
I wonder
what
if I could just stop that there.
or why Barrett might want it. But those sweet Constellation credits mean we dig our holes and keep our mouths shut. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully, between
I'll check my inventory and see if I've got resources in there.
and the ore itself, we'll be done with this rock in 5 days, when the transport is supposed to come back for extraction. Supervisors...
Oh yeah, you can just stop it. That's quite cool. Because I can read a lot faster than that. Though I do appreciate the voice acting. It's just nicer if you have agency over when it kicks in. Now, okay, so like I was
if the suits start talking about shared liability when we get back, I'm out.
Roger. It's Alex. If you're still in chat, or any of ETAL chat actually, who've been with him for the last stream or two, is there a good number that I can use for estimating the value of an item, whether it's worth picking up or not? As I was saying, it is like usually my kind of aim is like £1 per gram. So, like, 100 pennies per gram that I take. 1,000 grams in the kilo, so on and so forth. It's my go-to sort of balance until I've dialed in how valuable money is in the game that I'm playing. I have no concept of how valuable money is in this, and thus what kind of weight to credits ratio I should be looking for. If anyone could help me out with that, you're going to do a great service to us, because otherwise I'm going to end up overburdened with lots of useless crap. Random fruit can be worth picking up, surely. Well, generally, if I... if it's got something that's got a use beyond selling, I will grab it.
Is she keeping something from us?
Oh, she is absolutely keeping stuff from us, based on that audio log. Darts? Can someone please pick up the bloody darts? Don't just leave them on the floor, my lord.
You think that's the last of them?
I have no idea, pal. Zero clue. Did we go everywhere in
I'll be
here?
sleeping with one eye to the atmosphere tonight.
We did, didn't we? Apparently, I was not very thorough. That's on me. So that's the way out. We did come through here. Oh, over here then.
I need a minute.
Mining area. Fire extinguisher, 105. Heller's personal log number 2.
Log. Heller, Argos Extractors. I figured Vectera for your standard moon. Looks like I was misinformed. Lynn just filled me in on what we're really doing here. Looks like Lynn's got another, what's the word she used? Discreet contract with that Barrett guy. He says there's something special here, and he's paying top dollar for us to find it, rip it out, and deliver it, no questions asked. I have, of course, been honoring this arrangement by asking Lynn a ton of questions. She's playing it close to her sweaty old best, as usual. But a guy does have to wonder, what the hell does special even mean in this case? We're on a moon, in the middle of nowhere. Either this guy wants to make jewelry from some rare space diamonds, or there's some kind of ancient alien death weapon buried here. If it's diamonds, I'm totally stealing one to give to Jennifer, or Carlos, or Naya. And if it's a death weapon, I get to shoot it first. Those are my terms.
Okay. Man knows what he's about. I can respect it. Sealant. I have no idea if that's useful or not. I'm going to assume it is. I know there are crafting materials in here, and the chat does offer a good bit of advice there, in that I should be reading the descriptions on things. Reading the descriptions on things to see if it is something I want to use for crafting. Let's have a quick look. Oh, vacuum tape. It doesn't show me a description there, but does it show me a description over here? Resource-wise, yes, we have picked up everything that we got. It looks like sealant is a resource. Miscellaneous vacuum tape. Vacuum tape does not appear to be. Artifact ETA. Normally I would blame my dyslexia for this, but I read that as Artifact T. And I'm not sure that that one can be put down to dyslexia. I think that's more just the way my brain is wired, that it has 3 letters, and those letters are, in no particular order, T-E-A. It doesn't really matter what order they are arranged on the screen. I can form the word T out of it, and thus that is what I read. I'm not even sorry. Wire spool. That sounds like it's going to be a crafting resource. I guess over time we'll work this out. Wire spool. Oh no, sorry. It says inspect. No, nothing. Okay, fair enough. I guess not then. Someone else read 8. Yeah, I can see that as well. Yeah, that makes sense. I would have expected wire spools to be something important.
Fleet hit us.
The fact they're not calling it duct tape offends
You in
me.
one piece?
Here we are.
Good. Me? I'm just gonna pass out as soon as my heart stops racing.
Out of order. Yet here I am. Hi CLB, how you doing, mate? And Ira Diaboli, thank you very much for the 12 months. And Jasper for the 3 months. 3rd month, 2nd month. Thank you very much. And of course, Italics himself with 37 months. My lord. Thank you so much for that one, mate. That's incredibly kind of you. KVO, thank you very much for 5 months as well. Thank you for all of the support, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the stream at the moment. Oh, you think it was meant to be Eta as in the 7th letter of the Greek alphabet? I see. I guess that could also be it, but I prefer to imagine it was meant to be T.
Hey, you get any good hits in? It's not every
I
day we get to
did
cut
shoot a
anything
couple
other
of
than
people
rocks.
in the face, but I would recommend you don't, talk too highly of getting to shoot people.
Really
That's the sort of
should
thing
pay
that
more
make
attention to
people
those
ask questions. Is there really nothing else for me to grab?
Coming out of our pay. Did you see Lynn? Ran straight at those pirates
I
like
did.
it was nothing.
So, we've got a number 2 for Lynn's logs, but not a number 1, and that makes me suspect. Do I have any information? Like, is there a notes area in here? Toggle which quest is tracked in your HUD. Only one quest can be tracked at a time. Select the name of the quest to expand the list and open objectives. Do I have completed factions main? Do I just have them on me, maybe? Notes. Yeah, we got supervisor's log number 2. There's got to be a supervisor's log number 1. I am not leaving this place until I found it. Don't underestimate my loot goblin tenacity. I was going to say skill, but obviously I would have already got it if I was skilled. Probably walked past it 5 times already.
Been in a few scuffs before. We're lucky.
Ooh, common manufacturing
plenty
component.
of
This item can
friends.
be used. Aha! Crafting item. Thank you very much for that advice, chat. Got you, you little scallywag.
Supervisor's log. It's day 2 of Argus Extractor's Vectera dig.
Is Lord Goblin a thing? Absolutely. It's a subclass of Loot Goblin. You only get to choose it after level 3.
18 hours, including the elevator. The prefabs are starting to show their age, though. Time to rebudget for new equipment. Again. The crew is good. Spirits are high enough. Hella is a pain in my ass, as always. And completely indispensable. What's the saying? The problem is, I love him, and he knows it. Calvert
That amuses me.
is a weak link. You just can't train away stupid. But she's got a daughter on Mars or someplace and needs the cred, so she gets one more chance. If she does wash out in the end, we've still got the Dusty. And there's definitely some promise there.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, chat, I know there's a lot of... I was, yeah.
You know you don't get paid extra for bravery, right?
I am aware of this, sadly, yes. So far, we have not got a Lydia counterpart, though I happen to know that you will be getting one soon. I mean, we technically do already have it, but I don't have it right now. And again, I'm trying to be mindful of the weight of items. I'm trying to make good economic choices, not just grab everything and then end up massively overburdened. For those who are, completely new to the game and haven't seen the mechanic, down in the bottom left is my O2 and CO2 meter. As I run, I'll give you a quick demonstration. I use up my O2 slowly right now because I'm not really exerting. Oh, I can jump actually, that'll help. Don't mind me. I know it looks crazy, but I'm showing a bunch of people in my head how things work. There we go. Now I'm building up CO2. Once that fills up, bad times for me. O2 slowly regenerates. CO2 very slowly decreases. Once they meet, O2 can only fill as fast as the CO2 will make room for it. So it's then the speed of the slowest one. Now, from what I can tell, being overburdened doesn't actually cause any, issues for you, but it makes everything cost O2. Like, right then, I only expended my O2 when I was running. Once you're burdened, walking expends your O2. And that can become exceedingly difficult if you were then caught in a firefight you weren't expecting. I did get to keep the metal from the tutorial, yeah. It's in my massive pockets, apparently. But, so as a consequence, I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of what I pick up and what I don't pick up. But again, because I'm still exceedingly new to the game, because I only got as far as the tutorial. Getting up into space on the tutorial and going to the next objective point. I don't really know what makes for good value. For now, if I'm close to the ship, I'll just grab as many high value things as I can, because I don't know if the ship has any kind of weight limit. But until I have a better idea, my general modus operandi will be the significant digits. Those are the in terms of its mass before the decimal point per 1,000 credits. So the 0.4 there, for me to want to pick this up normally, the value would need to be over 400 credits. That's the way I'm going to roll for now, until I've been to a shop, until I've been to a couple of places where things are traded, and I can get an idea of how much things cost and how much grinding is going to be involved in gathering that kind of money together. I'm assuming that there is actually weight on the ship, and that it will matter. Oh, dismantling, that's quite cool. But until I see that, I'm going to operate with the just by picking everything up if I'm close to the ship. Space economics demands scarce rare metal is 23 credits. A single glass of water, 10,000 credits. Yes, that's what space economics should be. Yes. We're just gonna roll with it for now until I've got a reason to believe otherwise. And if that becomes an issue, I'll just dump a bunch of stuff out of the cargo as needed. Now, we do have a map. If we press V, it'll show me on the map. There we are. This is the whole area. Can I scroll around? As far as we're aware, there's nothing out there. Just us. Right here. I think up here we can show resources of the whole planet. So we can see what kind of resources are here. There's all sorts of things. There's no life here for us to look at, but there are materials, and I believe there's like a No Man's Sky component of scanning in this. But as much as I've been through the tutorial, it still was largely me just trying to do a recording test, so I wasn't really paying the closest attention. So I do apologize if my assumptions are in fact incorrect. I will learn now that we're taking things nice and slow. No, this is not looting the dead, this is recycling. Efficiency is everything in space. Words to live by.
A quiet job on a rock. Why is it never that simple? You going?
It wouldn't be worth as much as it's worth if that was the case. Ooh, what did I just pick up? What was that? All antimicrobial. One thing I like here is it shows new stuff with an exclamation mark. Rescue axe. There was something we just picked up. Graviplast helmet. What? Was that actually marked in my helmets, though? It's fairly certain I only saw one. No. Okay, so it's just a piece of clothing, then. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, sure. We'll stick that on. Look at us go in a little jumpsuit. Yeehaw. Actually, having the physical... Oh, I mean, energy weapon is better there, but EM and physical is both better with the money utility belt outfit. That one's a little bit lighter, but only by 100 grams by the looks of it. Good enough. Do I actually want that on my face? Not really. We'll take it off. Hiding my beautiful face. Okay. Right, I'm done looting now. Hello. Goodbye. I like the look of this mech, though. I very much like it. The non-humanoid proportions. I'm a big fan of that. Why would you build a robot that looks like a human? There are more efficient ways of doing anything than our organic forms. Evolution is a very random process. It just removes things that don't do well. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that the thing that does the best gets elevated.
It appears
I like
you
this.
are the new captain of the frontier.
I am the captain now.
Captain,
Also, hello.
Protocol Indigo is in effect.
Okay. Have I looked around the area for new sites to explore? We haven't gone... Like, I want to learn in the game, and I kind of rushed through the tutorial the first time through just to make sure that everything worked, and I got the gist of movement around and stuff like that. So this time I'm going to try and let the game show me what to do. That doesn't mean I'm not going to sequence break, as evidenced by the fact that I mined everything out of the mine. But, yeah, you know.
Captain, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship.
The bold assumption, my friend.
It's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
Airplane toilet. Rightio. Don't look, chat. I can just wait here, can I? Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. No, I don't want to do that. I also want to take my helmet off. Is there a way that I can do that quickly? Is there a key for taking helmets off? Settings, bindings, helmet. I wish there was a search. More games need a search function in the bindings menu. Hand scanner, flashlight. We've only had the flashlight up to now. Quick keys, quick load, quick save, quick skills. Spaceship flight, spaceship control, menu navigation. Ooh, accept is... Oh, it's E! Okay, that's fantastic. Okay. There's an option in the suits menu. Not seeing the suits menu in this. Surface spaceship editor. Okay, well, we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to do eventually then. Ship info. I can add the helmets to the quick item wheel. Okay. So... It's favorite it. There we go. And I'll pop it up there. Actually, we'll pop it down there. No, we won't. We'll pop it up here. I want to keep all my consumables at the bottom. Okay, well, actually, while we're here, let's quickly sort some things out. So we've got cutter. There. Actually, let's put the cutter on the furthest away so that I can use that. In terms of my weapons, which one am I going to most want to use? I'm probably going to want to get rid of that one. I don't know if the size really affects the speed that I can use them, but if I've got a choice between knifing someone or axing someone, I think we know what it's going to be. As for our main weapons... Actually, pistol should be my primary. Maelstrom my secondary, okay. And... Okay. Aid. Is that all consumables? I guess so. Sort by value, weight, name. Is there no other bet? Oh, this is definitely going to be something that mods add in. This is 100% going to be something that mods add in. Research projects require few resources for 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't need to be on my hopper. Honestly, anything like food probably doesn't need to be. Injector. Treats brain injury, concussion, heat stroke, hernia, hypothermia, lung damage, poisoning, and radiation poisoning. I'm going to assume that these things are going to be a concern, so we'll have that on my hotbar as well, effectively. Lemon. Okay, that's everything. Right, okay, good. How do I get up? Oh, I move. But you're right, there is an option in the suits menu, I guess. Hide spacesuit in... Oh, hide spacesuits in settlements. Is it considered a settlement? It is not. And I'm not even sure I've turned that on or off, but we'll turn that back on right for now. Is it hide helmet? Oh, there we go. Hide helmet in breathable areas. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I like it. Hide helmet in breathable areas. I'm assuming this place is glorious. That is some wicked side eye there, mate. All right. Barrett, personal slate 2.
Well, hey there, irate pirates. Looks like you finally did it. Boarded my ship, scrapped my bot, ripped those beautiful brown eyes out of my adorably cherubic face, and then you discovered the guy you had pegged as a treasure hunter doesn't actually have any treasure. Not anymore. It's true. I may have had a pricey trinket or two when I evaded your sorry asses at Kumazi, but brother had to buy fuel. So you get nothing, except my ghost. Because I am going to haunt your asses till the end of your days. Which, for a Crimson Fleet pirate, is about, what, another week?
Okay, fair enough. I like it. A little bit of sass from Beyond the Grave. I can definitely get behind that, Barrett. Well done. Bitten sandwich. A salami and cheese sandwich. Clearly delicious, as evidenced by the large bite taken out of it. Well, I mean, is it my sandwich now? Did you pick? Yes, I'll take you. I think this is, in fact, my sandwich now. Chunks apple. Is that a square apple? I mean, it makes sense, honestly. We are doing that with some foods, specifically for that. Container of cereal, I'll take that. Snack pack, Choco Bites, take that. My inventory is getting filled up with junk. A plant... Okay, chat. I'm not going to consider this a spoiler, so you're welcome to just mention it. Does this game simulate space combat in a even quasi-realistic way, as in random gubbins left around my the compartment in here that aren't properly magnetized to something will start bouncing around like shrapnel if I start pulling serious G's? Because if not, that plant is actually quite pretty there. I like it. But if so, maybe I should stick things in their proper place. Nah, nope. Okay. Well, I still don't want the mess, but the plant can stay. Impact driver, yeah, we're going to take all of those. I'll even leave the books, but there is that tiny, tiny part of me that is a little bit disappointed by this, I'm not going to lie. Kitchen tea steeper. Ah. You know what? We were right to trust Barrett. A tea drinker. Coffee... In the War of the Beverages, much like the war in Christian Bible, the hottest parts of hell are reserved not for those who fought against God, but for those who didn't pick a bloody side. What a scallywag. That water pitcher. This item could be used as a component in crafting. Crafting slop. Rat poison, maybe. Crafting a punishment. The sandwich. White bread, lettuce, cheese, multi-meat. Missing chunks. Hold. What kind of messed up... That is not how a lid is meant to fit on a pot, but okay, whatever. Well, we've got something here, actually. You know what? I'm just going to clean up. There we go. Because I was getting in the way. Golly. Okay. Lunar robotics. Ooh, I like it. Except no limit... Oh. no limitations, not no imitations. It's not an lid, it's a slid, yeah. Some of us who dabble in the supreme beverage keep options for those who can only handle. Duncurtin. See, you think you just take a shot at me, but I am secure in my superiority. I don't need to rise to your bait. No. I accept that your tiny, stinky viewer mind is so shriveled and smooth that you can't understand just how wrong you are about tea being the superior beverage. And in that tiny little world that you've created inside your mind, where coffee is somehow, on some level, better than tea, I will leave you there to dabble and play in the mud. Shriveled and smooth, yes. Tiny, little smooth brain, but shriveled. Kind of like in Grounded. Raisin brain. Not even worth eating, because it's a raisin. There's a strong opinion on both. Right, okay, let's have a look. Damn, Duncurtin. It's okay. I will let you be wrong. It doesn't hurt me that you're wrong. I lie, it does. It hurts me a lot. One day you will see the light. I will elevate you. We will uplift you from your little mud goblin ways. You will become a copper goblin. And then if you do very good with looting, you may one day become a silver goblin. And then you can start specializing into, lore goblins and other subclasses of which I don't know because I just saw lore goblin and I selected that without reading the rest. Okay, so we apparently make food. Can't put anything in the waste bin. What do we have over here? Slate number 1.
Real Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances. In short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
I like Barrett the more I hear about him. I'm not going to leave that one there. I refuse. Navigation console. Okay, so that just brings us out here. Can we do everything from within the ship then, just by going to the correct console? That's actually pretty cool. The Research Lab lets you discover new crafting recipes by completing research projects. Each research project requires materials in order to make progress. The materials needed can range from raw materials extracted from planets, to organic substances extracted from alien creatures and plant life, to manufactured components that can be made at an industrial workshop. I see. Pharmacology, food and drink, outpost development, equipment, and web. I swear, if I look in here and there's coffee, I'm just... It's too late, Chad. We've got loving parents who keep us on the straight and narrow. There's no room for dark Aavak in this playthrough. And yet, it feels like the game is trying to lead me down this dark path, where forever it will control my destiny. Etc., etc. Got mixology, beverage development. Okay. And Old Earth cuisine. What on earth is that meant to be? Oh, bread. I mean, it doesn't look like a sandwich, and yet it's made of bread, red meat, and cheese. Well, all the same. Okay. Track project. Previous category. Next category. Select. Okay, I'll select. Discover how to prepare Reuben and meat. Oh, and meatloaf at a cooking station. Okay. Sure. All materials supplied for research will be consumed. Overflow. Remaining progress. What? Research progress, overflow, will be distributed through other aspects of the progress. What do you mean? So where does the overflow come from? Did we just complete Did we just get all of the meat research done by adding the bread? That's kind of interesting. How large is Starfield on my hard disk? No easy way for me to check that, I'm afraid. I don't remember how large it was to install. A couple of 100 gigabytes, I think it was. Something like that. Yeah, it was definitely a few hundred gigabytes. Hey, Volpodrak, thank you very much for the 43 months, mate. Diolch yn fawr. And 9, thank you for the 94. What has a 9, a 4, and is purple? This button I have here. God damn it, did you just do that? Apparently it's like 100 gigabytes, says Das. Alright, medical treatment, performance enhancers. Okay. Heal paste. Sure. We've got antimicrobials. Let's go ahead and pop that in. Amino acids and aluminium. So, research progress overflow will be... How does that work? Research project medical treatment 1 has been completed. Okay, discover how to create antimicrobial paste and infuse bandages at a pharmaceutical. Alright. That one we need a higher rank in. Manufacturing, robots. Well, this feels like what a cyberneticist would go for. But we'd also need manufacturing. But this is more for, I guess, building bases. We've got zero wire and sealant. Down here we've got zero. Well, we'll definitely go for this one. And beryllium. Go for the zero wire. All materials supplied will be consumed. Doesn't look like there was any overflow there. And plump. And that looks like it almost finished it off for us. I'm a fan of space and living it. Oh, that's fair. I'm waiting and watching before deciding on this game. I'm not usually a fan of space games. Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, a few hundred means 200 plus. Yeah, well, actually, it would mean 3. If you want to be pedantic, Darkfire Phoenix, it would mean 300 plus, because a couple is 2, a few is 3. But regardless, it was over 100. In some, I don't know how much more over 100 or how many multiples of hundreds it was. So, I mean, you're technically correct in that I wasn't being specific enough, but I'm afraid I don't remember exactly. There we go. Pop that in. We've got some zero wire from there. I don't know how the overflow is working, but it seems that just adding some components fulfills the need for other components, I guess, because we're just saving on what we're doing for some reason. 140 gigabyte, says Jonathan. So there you go. 140. How do you want to make robots if you can't manufacture the parts? That is fair. But maybe I can make a robot out of other robots. Robot cannibalism. I think that's everything that we've got. There's nothing else for us to look at now. Yep. Not explained well, but there is a sort of inspiration effect to get bonus research points. Ah, okay. I like that door. But then again, you know, Bethesda of the door logo kind of makes sense that they do that well. Jump seat. Kind of want to sit in those seats and see what happens. A Chunks apple, packaged. Vacuum sealed. Okay. Nova Galactic coffee mug. Captain's locker. The learned astronomer. Oh, well, okay, that was pretty easy. Is that now in my inventory? It should be. Notes. We've seen those on Space Mine. The learned astronomer. Can I read it? There we are. When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures, were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the chart and diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I sitting heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon uncountable I became tired and sick. Till rising and gliding out I wandered off by myself in the mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars. Walt Whitman's When I Heard the Learned Astronomer, while only one stanza neatly encapsulates the author's disdain for the scientific overanalysis of nature's beauty. It's actually quite poetic. Cargo hold. Many things. Okay. Ship part sealant, nickel, lubricant. Oh, right. You've got a lot of things in here. Okay, I approve. I don't want to take all. There we go. My inventory. We want to drop everything off. Is there an easy way to do this? Store all resources. Thunk. Miscellaneous. I don't want to store my artifact key. I want to keep my artifact key close by at all times. I will store everything else, though. Notes. Don't need any of these. Aid will keep. Apparel. No. Honestly, there's not much difference between these. I don't know. This looks like something straight out of Cyberpunk. Sure. Well, oh, damn it. I meant to actually switch over to it, but I guess that's made the decision for me. We've got 6 cutters. Guess we'll put both of those in there. Okay, there we are. I feel less burdened now.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
Anomaly. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're not a big fan of Bethesda. Well, I'm not really sorry, but I'm sorry that you weren't aware that this was a Bethesda game until just now. If that has such a keen effect on your desire to play it. Though, from my experience so far, outside of some choices with regards to like UI, I've had a very smooth experience. Like, I'm used to new Bethesda games dropping in such a buggy mess you'd swear that it was made as like YouTuber view bait. You know, kind of like Goat Simulator levels of jank. So far, that's not been the case that I've experienced. There have been a few little bits here and there that seemed a little bit out of place, but other than that, it's actually seemed quite stable from what I've played so far. Right, let's go ahead and take off. Well, I completely understand having a preference on the developer of the games you buy. Yeah, Goat Simulator. Well, Goat Simulator is janky on purpose. That's why I said like tuber bait, because it's janky on purpose because tuber bait. Okay, here we are. Is the
now
game...
that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure.
That does sound wise.
I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems.
I have been through this in the tutorial while I was testing the recording, but we're going to go through it again. Hold left Alt and use WASD to switch between systems and allocate power. You can skip the ship tutorial by powering up all systems, including the grav drive. Okay, allocate power.
Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control. Let's go over the engines.
Okay.
Engines control our maximum speed. Try increasing and decreasing our relative velocity.
Oh, look at the little screen down the bottom. It's showing which positional thrusters are active.
The ship's engine has a sweet spot for better handling during turns. Draw your attention to the HUD. You'll notice a speed indicator
down
in
on
the
that
lower
side.
left with a gauge that goes up and down as you adjust the throttle.
Full speed?
Try to center the gauge so that it lines up with the center of
Zero
the
speed?
vertical bars to its right.
Yep. That seems to be the sweet spot, I think.
Boosts can be engaged for temporary bursts of speed.
Press left ship. Or shift, rather. Pump.
Let's turn our attention to the shields. Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength.
Okay.
Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, will be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. Hull damage is below it.
There we are. So it's down to 33 now, and it goes as high as 66, I should imagine. Oh, no, actually, it's going all the way up to 100 now. Let's calm our jets.
You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear.
Why? Why would you do this to me? Okay. I am somewhat familiar, though, from the last time that you were helping me out, but we're actually a little bit faster right now.
Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Press mouse 1 to fire the Gatling laser.
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile.
Want to be nice and fast.
How'd that old jug of yours make it this far, huh?
Let's not just joust. Let's shoot to fire a missile. Missiles away. We still locked on it? No, I should imagine not, but... Another missile away.
Enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
Really? Actually, that did half my shield damage. Fair enough. Now, the tutorial doesn't do an amazing job of explaining all of this. I will showcase some things in a moment. Slow right down as we're traveling through all of this.
Surviving your first Starship assault, Captain.
Thank you.
We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
Zizon, I need to stop watching. This looks too good. Have a good one. Take care, mate. You have a good one as well. Right, fly close to the shipwreck and press E to loot them. Now, before I do that, because if I recall correctly, this is going to throw us into another fight when I do. What it hasn't really explained. We're sat still right now. Our shield only goes up to 100 right now. There's the grav drive as well, which I think is used for like faster light travel. The engine...
More Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
Never mind then. I'm going to power up my lasers and speed up a bit. Try and take you out if I can. I'll deal with them first then. There we go. Speed right up, catch you up. Drain your shield as fast as I can. There we go. Now I want to pull down my laser power and bump up my ballistics power so that it works faster. Enemy. Oops, sorry, wrong one. There we are. I can obviously launch a missile as well. There we go. And now going to drop all the power from ballistics, switch over to lasers again to take down shields. Missile away. Now that that's done, switch back. A little scallywag. Notice how much faster my ballistic is firing when I've popped plenty of power into it.
The amount of Crimson Fleet hostility has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission.
Okay.
In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop.
Right, we'll go grab the space loot now, because I'm no longer under time pressure.
Fleet Captain, a recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.
Now, it's time to open your data menu. From there, you can open the star map. I will. But first, credits. ISO-centered magnet and ship parts. There we go. Now, there should be some more gubbins around here for me to collect. There we are. Now, one of the things I was going to say, it doesn't do an amazing job of explaining everything thoroughly, but the more power you don't have, from what I can tell, ship ammunition. Instead, it's how quickly you regenerate the ammunition. So, having missiles up higher means my missiles will regen that much faster and be ready to fire again. Same with ballistic, and I assume same with lasers, though it might be a little bit how much damage they do as well. So, pumping all of my power into lasers before I use my lasers ensures that I'm going to be able to fire them quickly. Let's grab everything there. And I will demonstrate that now. I'm going to try firing lasers. I can't. I've got 0 laser. Pull down my engine. Pop a point in there. This is how quickly my energy for lasers is recharging. You can see it over there going up. Now, if I drop that down, or rather charge it way up, notice how quickly that recharges. I will still run out eventually, but it'll recharge so much faster now. Let's power that down. It's exactly the same for ballistics. So, that's how fast I fire with just 2 pips. Again. But if I increase it... Missile is a little bit more of a special case. There we go. I can still fire the missiles. Notice how much it pulls down from the power in the missiles. And then you've just got to wait for it to start regenerating. But it takes ages to regen. Missiles take a long time to regen. Well, that's very nice of you to say, Anomaly. I'm glad you like my voice. Much like most people, I'm not as big a fan of my own voice. But I'm glad that you like it. Right. Now, in terms of how the ship handles, I find that it handles very well. I'm not a big fan of mouse and keyboard for spaceflight, but I'm actually pretty comfortable with this one. I do like the little bit that there is a sweet spot for engine output that makes a ship particularly comfortable to maneuver. Like, here is a little bit better than all the way up here. Now I move a little bit slower. And it always tries to center itself naturally. Because it has to slow down first to get to that good maneuvering position, and then it speeds back up once I select the heading effectively. I also really love the little details down the bottom. Like I said, if the bottom right, you can see which thrusters are firing on the ship. That's such a cute little detail. I really like it. Alright. How are the ferrets? I mean, if you're asking how Ares and Athena are, Red Lunar Wolf, they're doing quite well. Right. Now, I actually forget what it asked me to do. It wanted me to come back out to the data tab or something, wasn't it? Travel to Crete. There we go. So Barrett wants me to take the travel to Crete. Ship the frontier. There is a lot of stuff that you can do in here. I can only guess. I believe you can do a little bit of painting and stuff, like straight up. You can also select the system. Well, stellar rate of oh, we could increase the reactor to be able to power all of these up a little bit more. Different weapon systems, different things and stuff, and do that. Was it the star map you wanted me to go to? Yes. Okay, there we go. So, Marginal flora, fauna, water, biological, magnetosphere unknown, atmosphere SCD-O2, temperature temperate, gravity 0.55 G, type rock. There's also star stations. There's lots of stuff to look at in each location. We haven't done any kind of scanning. I'm not even sure if it's explained to us how yet. I don't think it has. A scan unavailable. Sure, okay. Well. Missions are out. Set landing target, mouse 1. We're going to set it to here. Set course. Yes. As far as I'm aware, now, this is a big thing, because I actually don't like... As a general rule, I don't tend to... Question, are the ships preset, or can they can be altered? From what I understand, they can be altered massively. You can... I'm not sure if like you can literally build out the modules on a ship, because I've only done the tutorial, and even that I'm not sure I actually got all the way through it. But I know you can change the loadout, the actual physical systems in the ship. I know you can very highly customize the look of it, like in terms of paint work and stuff like that, and there are lots of different types of ships. I don't know if you can modularly change the shape, like the hull dynamics of the ship. That part I don't know. Like, I don't know if you can add more space for more subsystems and so on and so forth, or whether that's a case that you need to buy a bigger ship, kind of more like No Man's Sky kind of style. Oh, the trailer said you could. Okay, well, there we go. Cat Design, thank you very much for that info there. Really appreciate it. Also, Night Owl, thank you very much for the 33 months, and Roebuck for the 31. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Someone made a gun... Okay, so if you can make a Gundam ship, then I'm going to say you can do a ridiculous amount of customization. If someone has literally designed a Gundam, then yes, normally I would imagine you can redesign the Serenity if that's what you wanted to do. Water category says biological. What the hell does that mean? Okay, Glowras. Just heard you mention that you're not the biggest fan of your own voice. Personally, I just used to put on your videos when I'm tired, and your calm, beautiful voice in the background was just calming and great. Love your voice, all. Thank you. No matter how many times I hear that, it will never completely sink into my head that my voice is pleasant to listen to, but it is always appreciated when I read it. How many suspiciously phallic ships are flying around out there? I want... Look, okay. Damn you, derp. This obsession with phallic, the nature of objects being phallic or not, are you okay? All right? Lots of things in life and biology, for many, many important reasons that I'm not going to get into, take a cylindrical, elongated form. Your arms, for example. Your fingers, for example. I reiterate, are you okay? Right. I don't know if you can just fly in a straight line and eventually get somewhere. I don't know if there's sort of like a Elite Dangerous style spool up your jump drive and just accelerate really quickly in a direction. I dislike using fast travel, I'm going to be honest. But it may just be the way that this game does loading screens.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
Now I see my fingers in mini phalluses. What have you done, Aavak? The game is 90% loading screen, sadly. It's the Bethesda... Well, I mean, it's not the Bethesda format, because you think of Skyrim. The open world was not loading screens. I mean, granted, if you're transitioning between an area, like the outside of Whiterun to the inside of Whiterun, yes, that existed, but it was far from 90%. And that's probably one of the more well-known examples, sad to say, of modern Bethesda games. Myself personally, I like to think of Morrowind as the greatest example of a Bethesda game, but I accept that I might be in the minority there.